Don't move. I don't want you to cut your own throat.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Backtrack Cinema. In this video, we'll be counting down my top 5 favorite moments from the Sylvester Stallone classic, First Blood. So get comfy, get a drink, pop some popcorn, and let's talk some First Blood.
Covenant, you're calling Raven.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Backtrack Cinema. My name is Jason, and this is where we talk movies of the past that you know and love. Alright guys, we're going to be ranking down my top 5 favorite moments from First Blood. Before we get to that, let me know in the comments what your top favorite moments are, and we'll have a good discussion in those comments about First Blood. And if you like the content I'm dishing out, then hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, so you don't miss out on any future content. And First Blood, man, this great film, one of my favorite movies. I love Rocky, I love First Blood, I love Stallone, I love movies of this time, just awesome stuff, man. So there'll be a lot to talk about here, guys. So, without further ado, let's get to it. Coming in at number 5 is Rambo versus the helicopter. This is a point in the movie where the action has built up to this moment where Rambo gets cornered and he's on this cliff and the helicopter starts coming in and shooting at him. He has nowhere to go. It's just an awesome scene because the intensity has been brought up. The tension has been brought up to a max. And when Rambo jumps off that cliff, you got that great score going on. It's going in slow-mo and he hits the trees, gets hurt really badly. And then after he gets hurt, he's hiding behind the tree. They're still shooting at him and stuff. And this is where he kills Art Galt with throwing the rock at the helicopter. And another pivotal moment happens here where Rambo decides to give himself in after. And they start shooting at him. And that's when he engages in this little war with them. They drew First Blood, not me. It's pretty fantastic. And where he's stitching himself up, great practical effects there by Michael Westmore. With the blood leaking down, it just looks so real. It looks so real, man. The whole movie is fantastic that way, where it feels cold, the elements in the mountains. You know, this a different kind of action film for its time. Just a great scene here, though. Coming at number 4 is The Forest Hunt.
What the hell's going on?
This is one of your great action set pieces in this movie, and one they try to copy throughout other Rambo movies by, Rambo kind of systematically taking out people one by one, but no movie did it better than this one. He's just toying with them, he's playing with them, he maims them, but he doesn't kill them, and I like that because he's sending a message like, I could kill you at any time I want. And the way he sets the traps and this plays with these guys is absolutely fantastic. And I just like how dark it is. Like the cinematography, how dark it is. They couldn't get lights up there. But I think it really adds to this movie's unique feeling and the overall look of everything. And just showing how deadly Rambo really is. To end the scene all off, you got Rambo putting the knife against Teasel's throat.
I could have killed them all. I could have killed you. I'm telling you the law. Out here, it's me.
I just love, giving him that threat that you better back away or you're in for a war you won't believe. Fantastic scene, this whole thing. Fantastic. Coming in number 3 is The Meltdown.
It's over. Nothing is over. Nothing. You just don't turn it off. It wasn't my war.
Oh, this scene, guys, is absolutely fantastic, where you think Rambo's going to go out in this blaze of glory, and then all of a sudden he just implodes, breaks down, all this emotion comes out of him. And this is what it's all about, right? This character, it's a character study of this Vietnam vet who comes home, does not feel welcome. He's getting called things that people don't have any idea what his life was like over there. And he breaks down. He's got no one. He's got no friends. He's got no family. The man just implodes, man. And it's a fantastic scene to watch. Guy with all these skills, the guy who could kill you within seconds, just breaks down into like a childlike state. And seeing Troutman, the look on Troutman's face to see one of his machines, his best soldier, just break down like this.
I can't. Oh God. Where's everybody?
It's very emotional scene. And the dialogue is really good here. Like, they gave Stallone great dialogue, and I believe Stallone wrote a lot of this stuff. It's absolutely great character stuff here. And I love how he tells the story of the shoe shine box and how his buddy got all blown up and everything. And just, it lets us they give us enough to conjure up that picture in our minds, what that must have been like. Great stuff. And just the way they ended this movie, I think is fantastic. Fantastic way to end this. Coming in at number 2 is The Jailbreak. What's so great about this scene is the build up to it. The build up to Rambo escaping. Because there's so much tension that gets built up. As soon as Rambo and Teasel meet, there's tension. Rambo just wants to get something to eat. Sheriff says, no, I don't want guys like you in this town. And something the movie doesn't do well, but the book does, is Teasel's instantly jealous of him because the Vietnam vets got this kind of more attention was given to them than to the soldiers of the Korean War. And Teasel was a veteran of the Korean War. Later on in the movie, in the backdrop and behind his desk, you could see his medals and everything. And that's one of the main reasons that he's kind of like, got something against Rambo. It was a kind of a jealousy thing, and just Teasel pushing his weight around and everything like that, and Rambo starts pushing his weight around, and I just love the tension that builds and builds and builds, and they start torturing Rambo, and then this is where Rambo starts getting the PTSD, and when they pull the scalpel out to shave him, you know, he thinks he's back in the underground. He thinks he's back being tortured by a big machete, and talk about what terrified me as a kid. When they slice Rambo through that flashback, that terrified me. I couldn't handle it, man, guys. Could not handle that scene. I'd have to run upstairs. My parents would say, it's over. Then I'd come back down and watch Rambo start kicking ass. And let's talk about the action here. Rambo kicking ass, man. This is fantastic, man. Where he starts fighting like an animal, like he's an animal trapped in a cage. You know what I mean? The way he thrashes out and the way he's this physically fighting here is great. And then all the stunts with him throwing people out the window. But my favorite is when he sweeps the guy and then breaks his nose. And Sly really broke that guy's nose, man. Like later on, you see the guy bandaged up. He's all swollen his eyes. That nose was really broken, everyone. Really broken. But just a fantastic scene. And where it leads into a nice little motorcycle car chase after. It's great stuff. Before I give you my number 1, here are 3 honorable mentions.
Now you put your hands on the car and you spread them. Now you're going to put your hands on that car.
Army leader to identify Baker T. Rambo, Mesner, Ortega, Coletta, Jorgensen, Danforth, Barry, Krakauer. Confirmed.
But coming at number 1 is Teasel meets Troutman.
You don't seem to want to accept the fact that you're dealing with an expert in guerrilla warfare. With a man who's the best. With guns, with knives, with his bare hands.
I love this scene, guys, because of the exposition and the dialogue and the performance of Richard Crenna and Brian Dennehy. Just this conversation they have. This is where we get to know more about Rambo, but all through Troutman's performance and the dialogue and just how dangerous he is. You know, I've come here to rescue you from Rambo, not the other way around. And just tell him all the skills Rambo has and what you're really dealing with. Like, you're dealing with a killing machine, and there's no way out of this. And if you decide to engage with Rambo, you're going to end up in a body bag. Fantastic. Like, the dialogue is so great here. I just like that one line where he's like, in Vietnam, his job was to dispose of enemy personnel, to kill, period. Well, Rambo was the best. Not only are you dealing with a really trained Green Beret soldier, you're dealing with the best Troutman has ever taught. That's scary, man. That's scary. And the way they pushed Rambo after, it's just like everyone's just, from there on, everyone's just terrified. But Brian Dennehy's character just won't back down because he lost a friend, and it turns into this private war. It turns into this war between these two, right? And then at the end, Rambo blows the freaking town up, and it gets freaking crazy. But it's This piece of dialogue's awesome. Really, really, really great stuff here. But those are my top 5 moments from First Blood, guys. Let me know in the comments what your top 5 moments from First Blood, and we'll have a good discussion in those comments. And we'll have a good time talking about it, man. This is a great movie to discuss and talk about. But I'll see you on the next video, guys. My name is Jason. You are watching Backtrack Cinema, and I will see you in the movies, man. Cheers.